Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I bid to our lecturer, Professor Madya Dr. Noor Afza binti Amran. My name is Huda binti Ahmad Zuhairi with metric number 261041. Will be presenting on the fifth case, tax for the CFO should Pfizer acquire Allergan. The case started when the key protagonist Frank D. Emilio, the Chief Financial Officer CFO of Pfizer Incorporation, experienced a dilemma. He needs to prepare a recommendation whether to proceed with or stop the merger talks between his company and Allergan PLC. Before we go through the case, let's us have a glimpse of view of the Pfizer Incorporation and also Allergan PLC. Pfizer was founded in New York in 1849. The company began in the pharmaceutical business with a candid treatment for an intestinal illness. In 2014, Pfizer had grown to become a Fortune 100 company with over 78,000 employees, almost $50 billion in annual revenues and a footprint in over 100 countries, still having their headquarters in New York. Pfizer's business now included medications including Viagra, the pain drug Lyrica, and Prevnar, a pneumococcal vaccine. As for the Allergan PLC, the company was formed back in 2013, a merge between two large pharmaceutical companies of Actavis Incorporation and Warner Schildcoat PLC, having large operations where they own 21,600 employees, $13.1 billion revenue in 2014, and a commercial footprint in over 60 countries. They were still considered as small compared to Pfizer. Allergan's portfolio of pharma businesses and products included brands such as Botox and Alzheimer's drug Namenda. As one of the issues where D. Emilio is having a dilemma whether to proceed or walk away from the merger, what led Pfizer to have interest to merge with Allergan? This is because Pfizer can experience tax reduce. However, they need to decide tax planning for their company. There would be two choices, which are tax inversion and transfer pricing. What is tax inversion? Tax inversion is a transaction where a company relocates its operation based in US to overseas country with lower tax rate to reduce income tax burden. This requires Pfizer to become a subsidiary under the new parent company, which is Allergan, in another country with lower tax rate. Pfizer can benefit from this beneficial tax laws when it becomes a merger with Allergan, as they had a headquarters in New Jersey but was legally domiciled in Ireland, where it kept a small office there. Allergan's Irish tax residency is the one that appealed to Pfizer to consider the merge. As Pfizer's headquarters located in New York, the company need to pay a high tax rate. United States has the highest tax rate in the world that made Pfizer want to consider the merge, as Allergan's tax residence was located in Ireland, where the tax rate is lower and could reduce income tax burden from 40% to 18%. How transfer pricing will work on the other hands? Transfer pricing works when a portion of a firm's operations are moved into a foreign jurisdiction. Pfizer might move some of their operations to Ireland and earn revenue there. Pfizer can shift its profit to a lower tax foreign country, which is through Allergan, by having more income in the foreign country and more expenses in the US. But one of the consequences for this type of tax planning is that profits become locked in the lower tax country. If they were to repatriate the profits total $74 billion in the United States, they will be charged on higher US taxes. Furthermore, if they merge with Allergan PLC, they will be predicted to earn more revenues, which is values in billions, where their international revenue would be able to earn tax saving. Pfizer could keep up their pace with other pharmaceutical industries, as there would be combined merger revenues and profits. Considering the revenue of each year using a projecting growth factor of 5.7% by 2020, tax saving can be calculated using the rates of tax of 25% without the merger and 18% with the merger. Pfizer needed a big move since its revenue had declined over the last 3 years. The stock price had been relatively flat and investors were growing restless. D. Amelia was thinking to merge with Allergan as it has the potential to improve the company's financial performance and competitive position among other global pharmaceutical giants. Pfizer also could be benefited from combined merger revenues and profits expected to total $68 billion and $21 billion respectively. However, the pressure would be on the potential action from the US Department of Treasury. They plan to alter the rules related to inversion since the deals impact the tax collections in the US. A bigger danger is that the uncertainty to proceed with the deals since the lawmakers want to pursue broader change in the rules related to inversion to help other American companies compete. If Pfizer were to proceed with the deals, they will risk it up by paying $152 billion just for a fleeting benefit. This was known as a post-merger integration risk. Formalizing this agreement will activate a $400 million breakup clause that would make it costlier to call the deal off at a later date. Using the cost-benefit analysis, we can identify whether the tax savings worth the $152 billion price tag of the deals. The arrangement of the contract amounted to $152 billion will put costs on the Pfizer and will benefit Pfizer to having a combined revenues and profits with Allergan as mentioned before. However, formalizing the agreement will activate the breakup clause. Pfizer might need to prepare to pay $400 million when the laws change regarding the tax inversion since they violated the new policy. But the benefit will be the tax savings where they only need to pay 18% of tax since their profits are charged in Ireland on the consolidation. I would recommend for Pfizer to stop from merging with Allergan plc since the uncertainty of the payment of the agreement amounted to $152 billion would result to the post-merger integration risk where the new policy will be implemented. They will need to pay $400 million as violating the new policy. Besides, it is one's responsibility to pay the tax to the country from the profits they earn. It will only decrease the government funds. When conducting the transfer pricing, the profit of Pfizer will be locked in Ireland and the cost to repatriate the profits indirectly cost more money to Pfizer even though in Ireland they only need to pay 12.5% of tax rate. This decision is for the best for the company's image and reputation. If they violate the new policy, the society will not view them as one of the giants pharmaceutical company and they might experience deeper losses over the years. That's all for the explanation for case 5 from me. Thank you.